Welcome back to Loving Living Local. This 4th of July weekend, you'll want to be outside, but Hiking Bob here says there are a few things to know before you hit the trails. To sum it all up, we brought in the outdoor expert. You see what I did there to sum it all up?
Yep, I saw that.
Yeah. You know you're big time when you have your own t-shirt. I mean, you have your own t-shirt with your own logo on it. How did the Hiking Bob get its name?
You know, I would be out hiking and I would start posting stuff on social media, and I decided to create a separate account for my own personal one. And Hiking Bob just came into my mind, and this is what I went with, and that's been about 13 years ago.
And it's fitting you're here in southern Colorado because of the panoramic views, the tremendous outdoor scenery. What makes this area so special to you, Bob?
Everything is right here. We're a big city. We're right next to a whole lot of open spaces. There's more and more open spaces being purchased and developed, so you can be in a big city and go right outside and be like you're in the middle of nowhere.
Well, today's the first day of July. The weather's hot. Hiking is going to be pretty prevalent this weekend. What can locals or maybe even tourists expect this weekend?
One thing is, if you watch the weather this morning with Matt, it's going to be a warm weekend. There's going to be a chance of rain. So be prepared with sunscreen, be prepared to be hydrated, and in the afternoon, have some rain gear with you just in case. So, because you can get wet and get rained on, and the rain can be pretty chilly here, even in the summer, because we're elevation. So be prepared for that. Be prepared for crowds. Everybody's going to want to be out there this weekend. So there's a lot of things to just be prepared for that. Have a plan B, C, and D. If your first place you go to, the parking lot's full, then have another place you want to go to, and another, just so you can find a place to visit. North Cheyenne Canyon Park, the roads are still closed because of the storm damage. Palmer Park, they closed the roads there for the entire day on the 4th of July. You can still hike or bike in, but you're not going to be able to drive in. So have those other places ready to go. Don't park where you're not supposed to park. Don't block neighborhood driveways and mailboxes and things like that. You know, if it's full, just have another place ready for you to go.
We know about the Manitou Springs Incline, but what are some other underrated hidden gems within Colorado Springs?
I'm not sure that I would call the Incline a hidden gem necessarily, but Cheyenne Mountain State Park, where I volunteer at, is a great place to go visit. If you added the $29 to your vehicle registration, you have a free pass for the entire year to go to any state park. A lot of hiking trails there, biking's allowed there. You can't bring your dog except for a couple of trails, but you can do hiking and biking. And none of the trails there, unless you're going to the top of Cheyenne Mountain, are very difficult. Mueller State Park up in Divide, another one of my favorite state parks. Lots of hiking trails, lots of different trailheads. They're all going to be busy. Unlikely that those two are going to be so full you're not going to be able to find a place to park or a trail to go on. So those are places I like that are optional places that you can go visit that are probably going to be a little easier to get to. Florissant Fossil Beds National Monument, often overlooked. If you want an underrated place, out in Florissant, besides being very educational and being very historic, with the old ranch there and the fossilized remains there, the trees, lots of great hiking trails there. And there's actually even some limited horseback riding allowed there. No bikes or dogs allowed there either, and you need a National Park Service pass or pay the entry fee to get there. But another place that's very much overlooked, but a great place to go hiking.
What's good trail etiquette? Like, what if you're walking behind somebody who's pretty slow? Like, how can you politely pass them?
Just tell them that you're behind them. Hey, do you mind if I pass? And more than likely, they don't know that you're back there. And if they see that you're back there, they'll move out of your way and let you go past. Cyclists yield to hikers, and everybody yields to horses.
All right, let's go through some swag that you brought today, because you can't just bring good shoes. You got to have a good equipment as well. What'd you bring for us today?
Well, these are kind of some of the essentials that you should have with you. Obviously, water, water. The biggest thing you bring with you is plenty of water. Maps, and know how to read a map.
Yeah, reading's hard. Yes.
It's kind of a thing. It's a kind of a lost art. A GPS. I have a separate GPS unit. I don't like using the one on my phone because I don't want to drain the battery on my phone.
So that's the big difference. This way you can preserve your battery in your phone for like selfies.
Right, or if I have to call for help.
Oh, sure.
Plus, this will last days on a charge, where your phone might last 10 hours on a charge. So you have that. In my pack here, I have rain gear and a first aid kit that are all packed in here, buried in here. There's rain gear that can be unpacked. and a first aid kit, and it also has room for snacks, and I can put another layer in there. I can put another water bottle in there. So all that stuff goes in this nice little pack that just, not a big heavy pack, it's just the right size for me to wear to carry the essentials for a day hike.
Yeah, snacks are important. You know that.
Absolutely.
That's why I go hiking, for the snacks. I need to get myself a Hiking Bob Adventures t-shirt. Next time you come on, may you please get me a t-shirt.
I'll see if I can get one
You're one
for
of the
you.
coolest people in the area.
Well, I
Thanks for
appreciate
all
that.
the insight today. And,
Thanks.
And enjoy the 4th of July.
Yeah, it's going to be a blast, so everybody go out and have a good time.
Awesome. Hiking Bob is always sharing advice on outdoor exploration. Just check out his website for more information.